Hi Libra, I'm Lateesha with Lateesha.com, and I am here with your astrological and tarot reading for the second half of May 2019. And I'm going to start the reading talking about what's going on astrologically, and then I'm going to pull some cards and see what the spirit and ancestors have to share in addition to the energies that are going on in the second half of May. So we start out on the 15th of May with we have Venus moving into the sign of Taurus. She's been in Aries for quite some time. And so now she is moving into her home sign, and one of her home signs, of course, because you Libra are also ruled by Venus. And so Venus in Taurus is in Earth. And then, of course, you are an air sign. So this is happening, Venus moving into your 8th house. And so the 8th house has to do with other people's money, resources. So like if you are married or in a partnership, then this has to do with the resources that come from your partner. It also has to do with clients. If you own a business, the 8th house has to do with your clients. It has to do with occult knowledge. It has to do with banking, taxes, receiving loans. So we have the sun there, we have Mercury there, then we have Venus, which is just moved there on the 15th. And then we also have Uranus there. So Uranus is there bringing lots and lots of changes in this area. And so you will have, in addition to that, on the 15th, you will have the moon in the sign of Libra. So that's going to be in your first house, in your sign. So just bringing in this very beautiful, beautiful energy, Venusian energy that is all about diplomacy, all about beauty, all about kindness, all about giving, all about being benevolent. So for you, the moon being in your first house, you could find that you are having a beautiful time with women around you. Maybe older women, maybe a mother energy around you. Maybe you are being a mother to someone and nurturing them, or you are receiving nurturing from another woman, and it's very beautiful, very helpful, very it satisfies your emotions and your mind. Okay, and then there is this beautiful emotional part of you that wants diplomacy that's coming in. And then in your 8th house of other people's resources or your partner's resources or occult knowledge, you have Uranus there shaking things up. But then with Venus being there, it brings in an opportunity for you to receive some money coming to you. You may be receiving your income tax return. You may be receiving a loan. You may be receiving inheritance. So this is something that could come in for you with all of this beautiful energy happening in the sign of Taurus. So that's happening on the 15th. And then on the next day, we have Mars moving into your 10th house of your career, of your of your reputation in the world. So with Mars moving into this area of the sky for you, Cancer, you have an opportunity to really boost your career, really move yourself forward, really be able to be seen. Okay. And so, you may have your manager or your boss or supervisor see the go-getter in you. So that's something you could have for you, Libra, that you are highlighted and you have a desire to go and push your career forward while Mars is in this area of the sky for you. And then we have on the 18th, we have the full moon at 27 degrees of Scorpio happening for you in your second house of income. So with the full moon happening there in the sign of Scorpio at 27 degrees, 22 plus 7 in numerology equals 9. There is a culmination. There is a letting go. There is a release that is happening. So for you, you could be changing the way that you earn your income. You could be finishing up a project. You could be ending one job to start the next one. You could, of course, whatever it is having to do with income, some portion of it is finishing up to open up a door and a window for something new to begin for you. So this is happening for you there. And then, you know, with the full moon, we always have this moon that is filled with light. So something that was covered up, something that you could not see, is now being realized. So something that you were not privy to with the way that you were making your income is illuminated by this full moon. It could also be something illuminated that's going on with your partner's resources as well, because there's an opposition with the 8th house and the 2nd house. So there could be something there for you. And then on the 21st, the sun and Mercury are moving into the sign of Gemini. So when they move into the sign of Gemini, that is going to be affecting your 9th house. And so that has to do with long distance travel. It has to do with legal matters. It has to do with maybe citizenship. It has to do with higher education. So you may find while the sun and Mercury are transiting this part of the sky for you, that you are wanting to go back to school to get your bachelor's, your master's, your PhD, because you have this energy here, and Gemini is ruled by the sign of Mercury. So you have this heightened part of your intelligence and your desire to learn and gather more information while this transit is happening. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards and see what spirit guides and the ancestors have to say to you, dear Libra. This is the African American Tarot deck that I am using here. So we have a lot of changes happening. The Emperor, forward movement. I bet you this has to do with your 10th house of your career. But we'll see what other cards present themselves. We thank you, ancestors and spirit guides, for sharing with the Libras for the second half of May. Information regarding the energies that are on offer for them. That Mars moving through your 10th house is very significant. All right. This is the Three of Swords. And in this deck, it represents a feeling as it relates to the money, and you not receiving what it is that you believe that you should earn. So we'll see what else is added to this. So something is happening around your money, and rightfully so, because we have a lot happening with your 8th house. We have a lot happening with the 2nd house. So with the 8th house, you're moving forward with your career, but something is happening with the income. Something is happening. Then we have the 8 of Wands. So there's some quick change that is happening here. We're going to get some more information. So quick change happening. Some deception is happening. Someone presented one way. This has to do with others. It has to do with money that you believe that you were owed. And quickly you thought that it was coming in. You were expecting it, only to find out that you were duped. That someone promised you made a promise about money that you would receive. But it is not what they said that it would be. It's not what they said it would be. Somebody you trusted. Mercury, Gemini. We're going to see who this is. Sun card is out. The end result of it is going to work in your favor. I have 3 more cards out that say, be still, be balanced, don't allow your temper, to flare up. Temperance card. Have wisdom, don't allow your temper to flare up, because just as soon as you get the information, it's a misinformation that they share with you. You become afraid. There's a fear that happens in you about the money because what they are telling you is misinformation. So you're expecting your money to come in that you've been waiting for. You've been waiting for the money to come in, and then you receive some misinformation about it. But as soon as you receive the misinformation is going to come in, and no sooner than you get the information, the issue is going to be rectified, because emotionally you have the 10 of Cups. Your emotions are going to be settled. So for sure, have temperance. Don't go off. Don't respond out of anxiety and fear. Don't respond out of fear. Because at the end of the day, you win. There is the Sun card for you. At the end of the day, the issue is going to be rectified because the information that you receive is not correct. It's not correct. And the person giving you the information, they don't have the whole story. They don't have all the information. They're telling you one thing, but it's not, they don't have all the information. So it's coming over to you incorrectly, and you immediately become afraid. But you don't have to be, because it's going to be rectified swiftly, quickly. So I am pulling an oracle card for you. Please speak to the Libras, dear oracle, for the second half of May. Spirit guides, ancestors, for the second half of May. Fire card. And that has to do with this quick action that is happening with Mars and Cancer. For you, the changes that are happening, you working on your career, temper the fire. Don't let the fire rule you. Use the fire. Use your ability to press forward and push forward. And with Mars in the sign of Cancer, oftentimes there can be sensitivity. Fears can be heightened. Your fears can be heightened with Mars in the sign of Cancer because you have all this fire coming into water. So your fears of safety can come to the forefront. But your wisdom is to use the fire wisely. If you use the fire wisely, then you will be able to push your career forward. If you use your words wisely with Mercury coming into Gemini, don't speak foolishly. Don't speak too quickly. Have temperance with what you say. then this fire will work for you. You work with the fire. Don't let the fire rule over you. Okay? Because fire is such a powerful energy, which that's the first card out for you. But you are moving forward. But there's this scare that comes up as it relates to money. And yeah, that could be a huge deal for anybody. But the problem, the information is going to be rectified quick. So don't allow the fire to burn and get out of control. Control the fire. Control your anger and your fear. Calm it in the quiet and allow a little bit of time to pass, and then the information will come back to you rectified, and the money that is owed to you, you will receive. Okay? All right. Thank you so much for listening, Libra, and have a good second half of May.